Well, hello, everybody. We're here on Wednesday, July the 10th. The all I can say about the weather is it's bad and getting worse. Hurricane Beryl is bearing down on us, and as we speak, it's now about 10:30, 11, closer to 11. We're going to be getting another heavier bout of rain. It's lightly raining now. So I'm not sure about how much golf we're going to have today, and this has impacts on what's going on this week. So unfortunately for that, but hopefully things will clear up quite quickly. Gentlemen, other than this rainy day, we have some wonderful news to talk about. And I want to talk about the men's intersectional victory on Sunday. I've been at this club for over 30 years, and we've won our share of divisions. Mm-hmm. You know, it was like, 35, 34, 32, 30, sometimes tied, but we had the tiebreaker. But I have never seen a wampum like what went on Sunday. It was just incredible. A victory like no other. So I want to talk to both of you about it. So, do you want to start us off on this?
Thanks, John. We had certainly a very exciting Sunday performance from our team. And starting the day off, though, we have to really give credit to Joel and his team for getting the golf course playable, first of all. We had torrential downpour the night before, 35 millimeters in under half an hour. So it was a lot of rain. So Sunday morning, Joel and his team were out there. They were pumping fairways, getting the course playable, which then it did become playable. We started tee times at 11 a.m. We got out there, and our team kicked butt. It was an amazing. We got an astounding, I think, record for Carleton, 50 points. From when all the matches were done, we had 50 points from our team.
Oh, 50 points. Talk about this.
Domination.
Yeah,
it was great. You know, it was interesting. Early on, about 4 matches in, if you were just in the clubhouse watching the scores, and of course they're posted one by one, Haute Plaine actually got close. I think their third or fourth player off the tee did well, and it appeared close, but it wasn't, John. It wasn't. We were out there up in a lot of matches. Really neat to have some of the teams in breakfast before, nice gathering, and to see a few more spectators around 18 than even we expected, watching the matches come in, with the beverage or two. And especially unique shout out on 18, Aiden Coyle made a bunker shot, which was impactful in some of his matches with from the left greenside bunker with his back foot outside of the bunker. Oh, and we couldn't really tell from our angle, but we assumed he didn't have a perfect lie. Came out perfect, went in. That was a neat shot, and that kind of captured the day, right? Things just came together, and nice to walk off with the victory. We're back into the A division for next year, and we keep flip-flopping with Camelot, I believe. Right? They go down to B, we go back into A, but I think we'll have some. So the way our team's trending, some great competitors to challenge Hunt Club, Rideau View, and the top clubs in Royal Ottawa.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a concern because we lost some good players. Curtis Dancy, John McDonald, Robert Mustard over the years, and back when Zach McAvoy used to play. We lost a lot of good players over the years, so that was a little concerned. But boy, this team, they're young. A lot of them have experience, and when your team is led by a junior, come on, and he did well. I was told that he was. If he had putted better, he would have got his complete 6. He got 3, and which is good for Josh Marcotte. But just to your point, after the first 4 matches, it was like 2 points separating us and Haute Plaine, and then Elliott came in with 5, and then the next 4 players came in with 6. The Coils, everybody, they just want them from there on in. And by the way, a perfect score is 60. We got 50. We aren't playing chumps out there. those guys are good. Like the B division is good. These are good players, and so to dominate like that is an exceptional performance.
So John, and then just to touch on that, every player made points, and that's great. And we had 5 players make 6 points. And a bit of a tradition in the Intersectionals is to announce who those 6-pointers were. So a special shout out certainly to Patrick Castle, who was first out. He got the 6. He got things rolling. Then we had Keenan Woods, first year on the team, 6 points. Jared Coyle, certainly strong player, 6 points. David Denis and Aiden Coyle, all going for 6.
Fantastic performance, gentlemen. Good luck, and I hope we keep our team together for next year, because that's a really strong team. Now we go from the men to the women, because the women are playing this week, this Sunday, and they're playing at Camelot. And give us a preview of what we're about to see.
The women's intersectional team, very, very excited. We have another very strong team. We are in the B division as well, so similar to the men. So we are hoping to do well at Camelot. They'll have home course advantage. However, we have an amazing team led by Erica Chamberlain. She's one of our strongest players. We have Morgan McHardy. We have Sanvi Srivastava, Emma Stodell, Laura Knowles, Charlene Abella, Aimee Ajuan, and Susan Walter. It's going to be a really, really good team. They have their practice round coming up on Saturday, and then they're playing and competing on Sunday at Camelot.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I know Erica's a very experienced player and a real good lead. At one point at Carleton, before you guys came here, we had won this thing, I don't know, maybe 6 years in a row. We had the strongest women team, not just in Ottawa, I think in the province. They were just amazing. And so Erica was part of that crew, and she kind of understands, how to bring this team together as a captain of our team. So good for them, and wish them the best of luck. They're in tough. They're playing Camelot and Hope Plain and Rideau. So, but you know what? I think we're going to do well. I think we're going to do okay. You guys will be there?
We'll be there. We'll be there cheering them on. And I forgot to mention the women's team captain is Tracy McNairn as well.
Tracy McNairn, okay. So we also had another event here on Friday. I happened to be here. The Senior Ryder Cup. Now, it's not the Senior Men's here Ryder Cup logo. It's an area Ryder Cup of teams that play. And, how did we do?
We did well, John. So last Friday, beautiful, beautiful, hot, warm day at the club. Our Senior Ryder Cup team, which is our low handicap golfers of the club. So we have a team of 8. We are competing against teams from Cataraqui, Brockville, and Perth. Again, our team finished first place. This leg of the race, it's a four-leg race, but did very well. Got 17 points, which is the highest of any of the teams here.
Yeah. So good for them, and it looks like they're a little far behind to make the top 2, but they certainly came back here, and wish them the best of luck in the future. Okay, so continuing our instructional series, we're going to go back to Cameron here and onto the putting green. And one very important aspect that I asked him to go over, and that is distance control. And Cam gave us a couple of tips on what you can do to control distance. Let's watch the video. All right, we're here with Cameron Gall. We're doing the putting series. One of the things, Cameron, that golfing throughout the years, the biggest problem that I have is gauging distance. Because even if I misread the putt, if my distance is good, I got a good chance of make it down in 2. And I find that the hardest thing to practice, because every day the green seems to be different, but it's important that we gauge that distance, because otherwise you could have a lot of 3-putt days.
Definitely, and I really like seeing students come out to the putting green for 5 or 10 minutes, actually even before they go to the range prior to the round. And a good way to test the speed of the day is to have a good baseline distance. I really promote 10 feet, so we want to make sure if you're going to another club or you're coming to Carleton, find a nice flat 10-footer, right? And hit about half a dozen of those 10-footers, and you'll start to get a sense, compare that to your previous round, compare that to your comfortable 10-foot putt, and then you can start adjusting from there.
Right.
That's a really good initial way to gauge the speed.
Well, speaking of adjusting, what do you do to adjust for distance? Do you just hit it harder? Do you keep the same tension but just take a longer stroke? What do you do?
Two common ways, and we see a lot of good players are linear putters, right? They're actually going to have the feel, and they'll hit putts a little bit harder or softer. Some of our pendulum style members might lengthen or shorten their stroke a little bit if they've got a bit more of a free-flowing putting stroke. So it depends on the individual, and we can work with all styles of putting, of course.
Okay, well, let's see what you got here.
Let's hit a few 10-footers first. And with this drill, we don't need to go through our full routine. And I'm just trying to gauge the speed of the day.
There's one that's in. So you set a tee 10 feet away,
We're about 10 feet away.
and that's giving you your baseline
Exactly.
for how fast the greens are. And today the greens are slow because they just punched them the other day.
Right, and there's a good example there, right? I didn't focus as well on my last one and came up short. I know now that the greens are a touch slower because Joel's done some awesome extra maintenance. You'll notice that we've also placed a guide behind the hole, and this is going to be really effective with a bit more of a random speed drill. So once I've hit a few more, I'd hit 6 or 12 10-footers. If I was working on my speed, I would put one at about 10 feet.
There's another tee at around 20 feet, right?
And this one, yeah, it's about 16 or 17. And
16 or 17.
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to extend the distance, but only hit one from each location. So
Okay.
my goal is going to be to have the putt finish just past the hole, but not to strike the pin behind the hole. Of course, you can always use a wedge and lie that down. I've got that about 2 feet behind the hole. So I'll hit just my first one. I'll go back to my second one. I'm going to try to get a little bit past the hole this time. Better speed on that one.
Right. That is dead on.
So that one would have finished past the hole. And we move back to the longest putt.
You seem to be real dialed in on these putts.
Fortunate there. So the
Oh,
goal,
wow.
the goal at the end, and we will probably see some putts in this area here. That's great because it gives it a chance to move in. And creating a random exercise and slowly start moving away is great. On the next routine, I would go back right to the first location, and I would hit just one at each location.
Okay. Just one more thing. You mentioned this in the intro. What do you use to lengthen your putts? What technique do you use? Are you more of a pendulum type putter, or are you just more feel?
I've got a little bit more linear, so I start to hit the putt a little bit harder. The one addition that we can use, especially for our mid-handicaps or some of our better players that are linear, that like to have a lot of feel, is we can start on the longest putt, get some speed. We can start to hinge the wrist just slightly. That's going to help you, use and create enough speed for the putt. Again, there's some players that like to use more of a free-flowing pendulum stroke. In that example, we're going to really focus on shortening or lengthening our stroke. There's some other separate drills for that for another day, but we work on those for those students.
Let's do that. Okay. Thank you very much, Cam.
Thanks, John.
Well, Cam, I mean, I remember that day. It was several weeks back. We had just punched the greens, so the greens were bumpy, and I just was flabbergasted at the putts you were making. I just don't know how you do that. You comment on that video because it was really good. You were just making them from everywhere.
Well, thank you, John. I certainly haven't made any of those putts in tournaments so far this year. I've hit it okay, but yeah, no, they certainly can go in if you focus on that drill, and a really good one. We want to make sure that all of our handicap levels, right, lower the number of 3 putts that we have.
Yeah.
You certainly want to be, for whether you're a low or a mid, higher handicap, starting to get into that pattern where most rounds you don't have a 3 putt, right? Make sure those lag putts are close to the hole, ideally rolling just past the hole, so they also have a chance to go in.
Yeah. So like, I'm not a great green reader, especially. So I mean, especially on those long putts. You estimate, you guess, but it's not like the pros where they have more information or more things that they can use to judge the break. So speed becomes very important at that point, even if you're a little off. And my stroke is nothing like your stroke. I'm pulling everything, I'm pushing things. So speed becomes real important back when you're dealing with that. At least when you strike the ball, it's going where you aimed it, but not with me all the time. So I think those drills were very, very good in instruction. I hope you get a lot out of them. Tyler, I don't want to put pressure on you. I'm the last guy to put pressure on you. I mean, you've been so open, like the bag deal you got going on, the shirts you got on sale. But maybe we can talk about what's going on in the pro shop these days.
Well, we're continuing on, and John, I think you should make mention of what you just picked up today.
Oh, I have it with me. Where is it?
Where'd you put it?
Oh, I'll get it. I had it with me. I will get it. Oh, no, I don't have it with me. I'm sorry. I thought I did. I put it over on the far wall.
So John, you took advantage, and so have a lot of other members of our wedge sale. So our wedges are starting to clear out. All the Callaway Jaws wedges are still $199. The bag with the draws, with the ballots, to win the bag, to win that nice, beautiful Callaway bag, is starting to fill up. But there's still plenty of wedges in there, so that is going on. We have our mega golf bag sale, 25% off all golf bags. Ends on Sunday. We will not see that sale again for the rest of the year. So if you do need a golf bag, 25% off. Ends on Sunday. Great time to get a bag. I think we've sold about 6 or 7 already, so that's going really well. Our spring sales racks are now outside. So you'll see a lot of our spring clothing marked down, starting at 25%. Some items are as low as 50% off. And coming up for a few of our special events, we'll be also doing some special sales. So men's member guests, ladies member guests, we have some special sales just on one day only sales. Very good.
So I asked Cam yesterday, actually, I said, Cam, he had mentioned to me that, we're starting to get into planning for next year. Okay. So I said, well, how can members, contribute an idea they may have for a capital project or something that the board can consider? Instead of everything coming down from on high, maybe something can go back up. Maybe there's a process in place where you as a member who may have an idea of what you want done here as a capital project can submit that. I think we have a process in place now where you can do that. You can become part of that process. Not necessarily the project's going to be done, but at least it's on the radar. Maybe you can comment on that.
Yes, definitely. It's a great time of year. I mean, we're obviously right in the middle of season, but it is time to plan for 2025. And we've got a nice 5-year strategic plan, and that we review on an annual basis. And a good reminder that we're always accepting feedback for sure. And on the website, we have our committees listed as well as board members, of course, management. Contact details, and you can directly go to any of those sources, whether it's management, the committee level, or the board of directors. Great to send an email so it's in writing and make suggestions, recommendations for capital projects. In terms of the timeline, many might be familiar, but we do review them at the committee level. The committee will make proposals with management to our board of directors, and then we'll set aside a few projects for the following year, and then those will get communicated at our annual meeting in October. where the members have a chance to vote. So as you mentioned, it's a great time of year to make some suggestions, and they'll all be considered and put on the list for future upgrades and facility improvements.
Right, so I'm going to give you the easy button. If you can't figure out what committee should be discussing it, send it to Cam, but send the idea. He'll make sure the right committee gets your proposal. So just to make it a little easier if you're not sure. So that having been said, I hope we get a lot of good ideas. Sometimes the ideas are the same, which then sends a real good message to the board saying, hey, everybody's asking for this. Maybe we should be looking at it. I noticed you put something out on the legacy pathway blocks.
Yes, we're well into another great opportunity to etch some more names. So whether it's yourself or a former member, great chance we are going to likely seal our pathway towards the end of this season. So you can submit requests to Jennifer in the office, and we'll be doing a couple of batches of stones this summer, and they're still the same rate, $160, and you'll have your name or former member in memoriam etched in history.
Yeah, that's great. So one other item for you to discuss are what's going on in the kitchen these days.
Yeah, we have a few nice specials for this week, running all the way through the week. We have 2019 throwback with the warm chicken salad with that chili glaze, some crispy tortillas on the mixed greens, and of course the crispy chicken. So that's a nice item, a little tweak on our current chicken salad menu item. We have fettuccine Alfredo, which is back with some broccoli and bacon, and you can add additional protein, as well as a Baja style cod this week.
Very good. Well, looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I can't make it because Friday you're going to have the men's member guests. The place will be packed, but for the next couple of weeks. But when we get back, we'll certainly be looking forward to this great menu, great food. On July 12th, we have men's member guest, which means that there's a shotgun in the morning here. I'm praying that they'll allow carts, but with the rain coming down like it is now, not sure what's going on. Maybe you could comment on what you think is going to be happening on that day. We're praying that we can get everybody out. The weather's going to be nice. So, any thoughts on men's member guests? Certainly, there'll be carts in the afternoon.
I'll be doing my sun dance out there starting this afternoon, praying for some nice warm weather. Certainly, the forecast today and tomorrow isn't looking great, as we know. However, we're going to stay optimistic. If we do get heavy rain, we just need enough time for it to drain. So the possibility of no carts certainly is not eluding us. So we're going to make the best call we can when the time comes.
Okay, just keep it. If you're playing in the morning on Friday, just look at the website to see if power carts, because I know a lot of you need the carts to go out. So I'm just saying that now because the forecast has changed drastically over the last 2 hours. We were going to get something like half an inch of rain, and now it looks like before Friday almost 2 inches of rain. So that's that could have a big effect on the course. On July 13th, we have Saturday, the Parent Junior.
Parent Junior. This is a fun event. This is hosted through the junior program. So Ron Marcotte has been doing a lot of work. He's our junior coordinator. We've come up with, I think, just shy of 30 golfers, so 15 teams. It's a two-person alternate shot, so it's a lot of fun. The format's a lot of fun. So Saturday afternoon between 1 and 2 o'clock, the parent-child event is taking place. We're expecting to have a great day. I know people who've signed up are pretty excited.
And can I bring my sons like they're 40 years old? Is that okay?
Sure, bring them out. Yeah.
Parent Junior Day. Now, we mentioned earlier that the women are playing in their Intersectionals at Camelot on July 14th. I didn't want to forget that, so just so you know. And you can go out and support them. They'd love to have some support out there. On July 14th also, but we have something at the club that is quite interesting. It's called a Community Dine. Maybe you can talk about that.
That's right. So, we've been in touch with certainly our Carleton Homeowners Association, and what we've done is we've put together a community dine for them. We've planned this all winter long, so from 4:30 to 5:30 Sunday afternoon, they'll be coming out for 9 holes of golf and a great meal afterwards. We have certainly lots of members involved as well playing in this, but it's just an opportunity for the community to come and play Carleton.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. I mean, my goodness, we are part of this community, and inviting them in is a wonderful thing to do for the club. On July 15th, on Monday, we have the OVGA City and District. Some good players here and a lot of Carleton players in there.
We do. I think we have about 5 or 6 Carleton players participating in the event. This is all top players in the Ottawa area. The OVGA City and District is a pretty big event, so we have the tee sheet blocked from 11 till 3:30. It's a full field, 100 golfers.
Wow.
And they'll be coming here and playing Carleton. We're wishing all our Carleton members the best of luck. Home course advantage. Hopefully it helps, but yeah, you'll see a lot of good golfers out that day.
You know, that's another testament to our club. When you get 100 people signing up, that means they want to play here. Okay, I know I've played in those before, and there's some clubs you go, and I'm not going to mention any names, but you're going, oh, I don't really go there. But when you get Carleton on the agenda, you know, that's good. That 100 members is very, very good. That's why they want to come here all the time. And on July 19th, we have the women's member guest. And how's that going?
It's going great, John. Oh my goodness. Sign up again. It's great. Over 100 people signed up. Just a quick shout out and a reminder, both the men's and the women's charity component is going to the Dreams Take Flight. So there's going to be raffle tickets starting with the men and running all week. So you're going to see people selling tickets for some amazing prizes, which then on Sunday, on the ladies member guest, we're going to be pulling the draws. No, everyone's all geared up. The committee's been working hard, meeting every week, and everyone who is signed up will be treated to an amazing day.
Oh, of course. As we've mentioned many times before, the women do put on a great show. July 20th and 21st, the men's senior and the junior championships take place. So it's a 2-day event, and certainly we've talked about it before, and I think it's going to be a good event for those people. A lot more information has been published about it. You could sign up for that. Still sign-ups?
Sign up, yeah. Sign up online right now. It's the men's senior championship and our junior championship. There's a new division in the C flight for the senior men. We've actually switched it now to Stableford. So it's a Stableford scoring system to hopefully get a few more people looking to register, because now it won't be just strict gross scores.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm glad you've done that, and hopefully you will attract some more people, because you're in those things. And you invariably take an 8 or a 9, and then you go, oh gosh, that's it for me. But under Stableford, it's just one hole. You can keep going, and you still score well. So right. I like that idea, and gee, they should have it for my division too. It's okay. On July 22nd, we have the Women's Interclub, which is similar to like the Men's Ryder Cup.
That's right. So July 22nd, moving ahead in the month, we'll be hosting the Women's Interclub leg of the race. So again, 4 teams will be here. We're going to have 9 o'clock tee times. This is led through Diane Foss and Dolores Lydell, who are the conveners for this. So we're excited to be hosting them that day.
Okay. And then just a couple of things I'm going to mention. They're farther off, but just to give you a heads up. On July 27th, we have the senior men in Intersectional Qualifiers. They start on that day. And on July 28th, the junior Intersectional is going to play at the Hunt. We'll do a deep dive when we get closer to that date. And I want you to keep an eye out for the pool for the Open. It's going to be coming out pretty soon. So keep an eye out for it so you can study the golfers and who's doing well. Gentlemen, on this miserable rainy day, I hope we brought a little sunshine into your life. But I thank you for watching, and until next week, play well.